check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, what's going on? We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We back on the grind. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And Gary Russell is starting to press Gervonta Tank Davis. Press Leo Santa Cruz. He pretty much did an interview with Corey Lee. I'll link in the description. And he responded and told people why he don't fight more than once a year, because he said the fighters don't want to fight him. The rest of them are cowards. He can't get the fights that he want and he think he deserves. And he pretty much being blackballed out the sport of boxing because dudes don't want to fight him. They trying to age him out. And now he's getting vocal. He's doing what he needs to do to try to get these fights. But these dudes is cowards. But he goes on Leo Santa Cruz and says that pretty much Leo Santa Cruz is just, a coward. He said if he was trying to fight Gary Russell next, shouldn't he be trying to fight a southpaw instead of an orthodox, instead of an orthodox fighter? And he right, man. And he said that, at one point, a couple weeks ago, he said that, he's starting to think Al Heyman don't want the fight between Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell. But he didn't go that hard on Gary Russell. He really went in on Gervonta Tank Davis, saying that Gervonta Tank Davis need to pretty much, he making Baltimore look bad. That's what he said. He making Baltimore look bad. He said they're supposed to be known for gangsters and, all of that. And, pretty much they got a pussycat in their doghouse and Gervonta Tank Davis. And Davis can't move like he want to move. Davis got a lot to say on social media, and that's what making him a target. You know what I'm saying? You got all this to say. And it's like Davis and Leo Santa Cruz are the polar opposites, man. Santa Cruz is real quiet, real humble. He lay low. He ain't, that's why he's one of the most underrated duckers out there. He should be one of the biggest duckers out there. He didn't duck 50 million or whatever you want to say, so-and-so duck. But you know what? He don't really say much. He don't be in the camera. He don't talk trash. He real respectful. So it's hard to hate on a guy who got the class of Leo Santa Cruz. But you know what? I call out dirty ducks, clean ducks, grimy ducks, sanctified ducks, Christian ducks. It don't really matter to me. A duck is a duck, no matter how nice a person you say. I don't really be listening. I really don't be caring about what people be saying. A lot of times I look at their demeanor when they're asked about a question. No matter what come out their mouth, their demeanor going to tell me if they want that fight or not want that fight. Not a lot of times, man. And that's why, Leo Santa Cruz is a hard target, is because, for one, he got the Mexicans behind him. And, they swear to God that he ain't ducking Gary Russell, but we all know he is. And then again, he down to earth. He real quiet, real humble. So it's hard to press a guy, not like a guy that's as humble as Leo Santa Cruz. But that's really what it is. And when you talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, he got a comment to make about everybody. He invented this. He started this. He talked all that junk. And he got a rebuttal for Tevin Farmer. He got a rebuttal for this fighter. But you know what? The one guy, even though he rebutted to Lomachenko, some of the interviews Lomachenko did a Reese, but one guy he don't rebuttal to, he don't hear what he got to say is Gary Russell. And Gary Russell went to the fight this weekend, put him on blast. I don't know why Tank wasn't there. He put him on blast, and pretty much he ain't had nothing else to say. He going back and forth with Tevin Farmer, but he just won't return fire on Gary Russell. And I know Gary Russell told Corey today, I think it was a Corey Lee video interview. I'm going to subscribe to Corey Lee. I'm going to source the interview in the script. He told him he's never fought, Gervonta Tank Davis, not sparring or nothing. He said his younger brother fought him, and I think he said a charity event. But at the end of the day, is Tank going to keep it gangster, keep it G, and face Gary Russell? He going to hide behind Floyd. At some point, he got to make his own decisions. But he did say he didn't feel like he was ready for Lomachenko. He did say he didn't feel like, Floyd set him up versus Pedraza. He didn't feel like he was ready for that fight. So there's a lot of hoish ways in Tank, in Tank armor. Tanks and Tank armor. You want to like a kid that got all that power, speed, athletic ability, boxing ability, and the amateur pedigree behind him. You want to like a guy like that. But his ignorance, had he been out here knocking out, good and top opposition, I think, some of the comments he made would have more validity to him. But you can't be valid. You can't be validating, or people look at you as being thorough. And if you ain't out here, fighting the best you can fight, if you out here just fighting bum after bum after bum, or lower level, lower tier fighter after lower tier fighter, you know, who really gonna respect you? Nobody. So if Tank took the Leo Santa Cruz approach, he wasn't a Twitter fingers or social media gangster. I don't think a lot of people would. I don't think a lot of people would give him that much flack. But when you out there, you boastful, you being loud. Now, you know, no matter what Gary Russell said about Leo Santa Cruz, and that's the fight that should have happened a long time ago. And Santa Cruz been ducking and hiding for Rigondeaux, and it seemed like Gary Russell, the new Rigondeaux. It seems like the spotlight is gonna be on Tank, because Tank is the one that's always out here talking. Tank is the one out here giving his opinion and giving his synopsis on this fighter. This fighter ain't better than this fighter. You garbage. I'll beat you down. But then again, people want to see him at work. People, you know, people hear that you a pastor. They hear you preach. They hear about you preach. But shit, until they see you in work, they see you preach and be a pastor to a congregation. A lot of people won't believe you until they see it. And then for Gervonta Tank Davis, you know, some people believe it before they see it. They're like a prophecy. But at this point, the people that were seeing it and they see him just keep fighting easy fighter, that's kind of how can I say, that's kind of a drop, or that's kind of a hint of that he ain't that good. If they matchmaking him versus certain fighters and not, you know, this type of fighter, don't want to fight for Tuna, don't want to fight him, that means that he got some weakness in that game and they trying to swerve around certain fighters. And that's the thing about boxing is good matchmaking can make an average fighter look like an all-time great, especially in this era of boxing. You know, even though he seemed like he fought the tough guys in the division, but it's certain guys that his handlers and he know he gonna have a problem with because they see him in the gym every day sparring. I'm not talking about Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm just talking about in general. But, you know, I'm glad that Gary Russell stepping out of his shell. He doing what we asked him to do. And that's what you got to do, man. Closed mouths don't get fed. You got to start talking and putting pressure on these guys. You got to embarrass them guys. You got to pull up to their fight, call them out, put them on the spot. Because if you put them on Johnny on the spot in front of 1 million people, 500, 600, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million people in my bank account, in my 21 Savage voice, if you put them you put them on the spot against that many people, they got to make the fight happen. When Lara disrespected Canelo, he had to make that fight happen. The level of disrespect that it was in front of the media, and how the word got out, how Lara, punked Canelo. Canelo said, "Man, please let me have that fight." And I feel like Gervonta Tank Davis could really be like, "Yeah, get out of my way. Let me get this fight, man, Floyd. I know I can take him out." And most people would favor Gervonta Tank Davis over Gary Russell, especially after seeing the JoJo Diaz fight. But it just seemed like they don't have that. Neither one of these fighters had that juice. They don't have that. They don't want to fight the best. They don't want to fight Gary Russell. And Gary Russell right up Gervonta Tank alley, a smaller guy moving up. But you know what? Gary Russell's turning to Rigondeaux 2.5. Not even 2.0, 2.5. He getting done dirty. But you know what? Seemed like he diligent. He stay in the gym with his brother. He a gym rat. But if you don't, I just tell old people this all the time, my grandma, if you don't use it, you lose it. So he got to be, and I'm just saying, you sparring, hitting the bag. No, you need to go in there and really feel the energy of a stadium, feel the animosity. It's no simulation for a real fight. And for Gary Russell, it's sad that, he not going to waste his hands fighting any and everybody, any old body. He want to fight one mandatory a year. If he can get 3 unifications in a year, he'll probably fight 3 unification fights in a year, or 3 top fights in a year, or 2 top fights in a year. He'll fight that. But he don't want to be out here fighting nobodies and wasting his limbs and his hands that's already bad on nobody. He want to be able to maximize his potential in the sport of boxing, not fight more years. He want to get so much done in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of his career, so he ain't fighting 20, 30, 40 years. That's not his game plan. Both of these guys, like Gervonta and Leo Santa Cruz, is holding him back, and it's a shame that they both scared to get in the ring with him. But it's life after Gary Russell. Gary Russell is a special fighter. You knew that from the amateurs. I don't think it's a shame to lose to a guy like that, but everybody's scared to lose, and hopefully J-Rock and Jer Hurd kind of changed the narrative with Sean Porter, Sergey Kovalev, a lot of different dudes that took an L and was able to bounce back and get a world championship fight, man. But like I said before, at some point they're going to have to respond to Gary Russell and not being so scary. So we'll see if they respond to him. I doubt it. Gervonta been on Twitter all day and ain't said nothing with his head down. So, he already pulled this little hoe card, Gary Russell. He pulled a Tank hoe card already. He been pulling Leo Santa Cruz hoe card, but never know what else he can do. But don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing, 18% off their 100% all natural products, soaps, lotions, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and much, much more. Website, promo code, description. Appreciate the love and support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email. Once again, if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video question, hit me up on all social media. One time for the one time, Goodfellas Sports TV. And don't forget the donation link in the description as well. Share, we gone.